Our new welcome, we're going to be talking about technical analysis, more specifically 8 plays for tomorrow. I think will be great to add to your watch list as the market pulls back just a little bit here. What's great about technical analysis is that it tells us how or when to enter. Fundamental tells us how much to put in, honestly, and these are some really good looking stocks, technically speaking. The technical analysis that we're going to use is supports, resistances, trend lines, patterns, email lines, volume profile, RSI, stochastic, and the vortex indicator. Those 9 things lead me to my trading plan. What I teach in my course that's free for you, 100% free, right up here for you. What's great about this course is the structure itself. The system can change. The rules that I teach you cannot. We talk about risk management, fundamental, mental, and technical analysis. We also talk about goal setting, having a trading plan, macro markets, and of course being consistent. All 8 of those things are talked about in the course. Go check it out. In the description box down below is a community. Come check us out. It's down there. Go click on the little link down there. That's the first thing you can see. Check us out if you want to. If no, big deal. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not a big salesman kind of guy. But you are going to get 5 morning updates. Every single morning is every single event, every call, every earnings thing we talk about. We talk about every macro market from the 4 that I watch plus 11 sectors, technically how they're looking. Every night you get the newsletter with these picks in depth broken down. You also get access to my administration team. You get access to myself. You also are going to get the picks early and the videos early. A bunch of great stuff. It's exactly what I do here. It's just a premium version. And again, you get the community aspect as well. I don't sell guarantees. It's just a nice educational community. Come check us out if you want to. With that being said, lastly in the description box down below is my journal of picks that I make here. I do trace every pick that I make on the spreadsheet. All the price targets that I have personally, all the stop losses I have personally are going to be tracked through that to prove what I do works and that the risk management that I do does in fact work. With that being said, I have 8 great plays today. Not much more besides that. Let's just get into it. So first is ADMP. And Miss Pharma's looks pretty good right here. Great triangle right here. Sure, it's breaking down after hours. That's how it goes sometimes with these kinds of huge sell-offs in the market. But we do have higher lows holding and a great support. If we do break down, you can get in probably towards 95 cents and be just fine. If you are new to my channel, the support line is white. The resistance line is going to be orange. The trend line is golden and up. The resistance trend is orange and down. As we can see, we're retesting it right here. These 2 white dotted lines is volume profile. This red one in the middle is called POC. I don't have all the time in the world to describe volume profile to you, but you can watch this free class right here to get more information on this. If you were to use volume profile plus traditional volume and cross-reference the 2 and just use it in your trading, you'll be a better trader. I can almost guarantee it. ADMP is a great support play, great higher lows. It's a great penny stock. Make sure to do your DD. Of course, this is a watch list show. This does, in fact, have, implications with being a farmer play. But again, a nice downward trend here. Good support below, great support here, higher lows. I love what I see. Let's check the indicators. What's so cool about this channel is I actually don't check indicators while I scan or while I'm doing my TA. Indicators show you 4 things. 4 things only. Trend, momentum, volume, volatility. MTV, like the show with an extra V. It's the icing on the cake being technical analysis, the icing being the indicators. It's what it shows us is what it's supposed to show us. Either helps you enter and when to enter, or helps you wait for patience and value. With that being said, if you've never used these before, you'll see live what a real trader does and what a veteran does. When it comes to the EMA lines, the 10 crosses are okay at best. I mean, it's pretty wacky with that big spike there. But we can see the 10 crosses are fine. They do get kind of choppy, but the 50 crosses are best. Once you get over the 50, you're really good to go. So waiting for a 50 cross is fine. But again, down here, we're going to be going for value. So you can't wait. I mean, I wouldn't. I just go into value, and then if it crosses over the 50, you are right. RSI is almost at 30. I love that. Stochastic is low. Love that. Bulls are low. Bears are high. With the vortex, see where the cursor is? When the green crosses the red, right there, look up. That's a great buy-in. When the green crosses the red here, a good day trade opportunity. You can also buy when it bottoms out like I like to do. As long as the bulls are on the bottom, it's a good value. It seems we're going into a value play. It makes sense the bulls are low here. That's a good sign of value being true here. ADMP is everything you like as long as you like to see a 50 cross eventually. But right here, it is a really good value. Do your extra due diligence. I love what I see. Easy play. But again, I watch this for sure. Next is BSX. Let's zoom out. Oh, look at this. It always just keeps going up. Look at this beautiful uptrend over the last few years. Just keeps printing and printing and printing. And it does these kind of shapes. It constantly has these little triangles and these little wedges throughout it constantly. It has really good patterns. It has constant like uptrends and whatever it has. It has that. Again, we're having a nice consolidation here. Once again, higher lows across the board. Sure, I'm probably being a bit aggressive with it. I just want to make sure it's evident today. And again, a great support area. Yes, it's breaking down after hours. We can always adjust. I think a good support then is obviously going to be right there, if not just a bit lower. If it does break down, guess what? Your volume profile area right down here, even better purchase. So if it does show no life tomorrow, again, it's coming down after earnings about 5%. Don't catch a falling knife. If it does drop down to $41.70, well, you should love it there. If it drops down to about $41.10, you should love it even more right there. BSX is a really good looking play here. Lower highs, higher lows, great consolidation. One thing I want to note is the 200, which is the red, EMA line going to be directly in the middle of this triangle. If it is, that's going to help us prove this is a consolidation play. We're going to be waiting for a breakout eventually. Let's check together. Is the 200 directly in the middle? Oh, look at that, it is. It's going directly in the middle and sideways. So again, this proves to us we have some form of consolidation. That makes sense with the triangle. And again, now that we're going sideways, horizontal, I'm going to play off the horizontal support lines. A little bit less than the trend line, only because the EMA line currently is going sideways. So more emphasis goes into the sideways plays. And again, that means we have good value. I love that. 10 crosses are beautiful. You get a 10 cross, you're good to go. Waiting for that is fine, but again, a bounce at 42.13 or 41.60 makes way more sense to buy into. RSI, it's low. Looks good. Stochastic is low. No divergence, but negative 55 looks good. Bulls and bears are tied here. And again, it makes sense. It is consolidating. BSX looks good. If you get that 10 crossover, you should be good to go. And if it, gets even lower, hits one of those white lines of support, you should be happy just to buy in there. Maybe scaling, in my opinion, but looks really good. BSX, I'd watch list. Next is eBay. We know about eBay. What a channel up. It's absolutely glorious. It just keeps going higher. Again, it may have a year or two where it goes sideways. It may, consolidate for a while. That's not the case here. This is one of these years that it keeps going up and up and up and up. Great higher lows across the board. Great higher highs. These trend lines are exactly the same. Old resistance area right here becoming a support. Again, it may drop down to $70 and lose this trend. But look at this old volume profile line becoming a support. Nicely coming in. It's, showing some life, some bigger green, less red in this area. Very easy play. Earnings overreaction. I don't got to spend all day talking about this one. It's absolutely fantastic. The only thing I want to see is there an EMA line down here supporting us further? Let's check. The 200, when we break below it, is a great sign of value. And when you cross above it, is a great sign of life. So anywhere down here is fine. I think you could probably get in closer to 72.60 or maybe even 72 itself. But again, waiting for a 200 cross, 2% is fine, seeing as the risk here is like 2.5%, 3%. A full move is like 14%. So again, waiting for a small cross is not a bad idea here, but again, absolutely great value. RSI, it's low. Stochastic, it's low. No bearish, no true bullish divergence. I mean, you got this one. If it does hold here, that's an obvious bullish divergence, and then bulls are low, bears are high. eBay's a super easy play, and I can spend all day in a really easy to play macro cap and a large cap here, but it's obviously in a channel up. It's at value. Tech's pulling back. Why not buy in right now? Makes a lot of sense to me. eBay, I'd watch list it and see what it can do. Next is IOVA, Iovance Biotherapeutics, spelling champion of the world. This is a really good looking play. Again, I may be a bit aggressive with the trend line. It may be just a little bit lower. Okay, that's fine. I did this around noonday. That's coming right in the support area. Again, earnings, overreaction, earnings, overreaction, earnings, overreaction. It always does this. It's already dropped about an 8%. I'm sure this is not a company worth 8% less now than it was 5 days ago, but it's dropping right into value. Anywhere in 22.75 to 22.35 makes sense to me. If it breaks down here, you got a very easy support play if it does keep breaking. Right about here. Easy support play in this range as well. Super nice coming into $20 range. IOVA, earnings overreaction, great trend up, great support. POC holds us here. Great lower highs showing some consolidation. I love what I see. Is the 200 going to be a support and show consolidation as well? Let's check. We can see it's sideways in the triangle as well. Sure, you want the 200 probably a bit higher to prove this triangle is still holding. But again, the EMA line is going what? Horizontals, even over here. It's moved almost none. So we're putting more emphasis into support play. So you're going to go with $23 here. If that breaks down, your next support's towards $21.30. If that breaks down, you're looking towards $20.10 down there. 10 crosses are pretty good. You get a 10 cross, you're clean to go. I wouldn't wait for that. That's almost 5%, 6% of your profit here. But if it does start to consolidate at the bottom and the 10 comes down, a good cross makes sense here. RSI 36 is good. Stochastic is low. Love that. Bulls could be a bit low. Bears could be a bit higher. But again, it still checks out that bulls are low, bears are high. IOVA, another very easy support play with some higher lows mixed in as well. I love it. I watch listed. Again, therapeutics company. You have to do your due diligence, but I love what I see. Next is Plan. Plan has beautiful higher lows. Now, I don't have a trend line because it's not a very viable one. It keeps breaking down, but look at this is a very historically strong support spot. Old resistance, old resistance. Then it gapped up right over here. Resistance, resistance. Now it's becoming a support very well. And as we can see, it's gone up nicely, comes down. Gone up nicely, comes down. Gone up nicely, coming back down now. Right into where we wanted to be at. Maybe the trend line's about this degree. Right, it's holding just fine. Maybe it's from over here. That kind of makes some sense too, like right about there. Again, I didn't want to put one because I think this is a very strong support play. I'm fairly confident the EMA lines and me going sideways. So I was going to say, let's just go off the horizontal play here. But again, it's super easy. Low risk, it breaks down 2 or 3%. You just get out. A full move is almost a 4-to-1 play here. The EMA lines, that 200 is doing what? Going sideways as well, pointing directly horizontally. So again, that support play makes sense here. 10 crosses work just fine. 51s do as well. But again, down here is just fine. RSI 30. Haven't seen that in a fat minute. That's a good looking sign right there. Bulls are low, bears are high, stochastic negative 65. Also a good value. PLAN. Again, a very easy support play. Great sell-off today, right to where you want it. You love to see those kinds of actions. Again, higher lows across the board. Very low risk, high reward. I love what I see. I definitely watch listed. Next is RIGL. RIGL. Pharmaceuticals, once again. Let's zoom out again. This support is legendary. Absolutely legendary spot it's at. It constantly holds. It has constant action bouncing off it here. This is a very pinnacle and strong support. Every time we get this low, what happens? Volatility and massive spikes up. We had one recently. We're back down. And again, we're risking what? 2, 3% here. A full move to the POC is 15. Even just to here is a 5-to-1 play. If you get a full move, which I'm not saying you're going to, but if you do, it's a 10-to-1 play. What more do you want? That's such a great setup. Beautiful. RIGL, the easiest support play I've seen in a fat minute. Let's check the indicators. A 10 cross is a pretty good signal to go long, especially for day trading opportunities. So you want to wait for that, you can. We're right there. If we get that, we're good. Crossing over the 50 really does give us a good swing, though. You get over the 50, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, or something that you can hold for easily 30, 40 days. We cross here a good 20 days. So a 50 cross is optimal, especially a 200. But again, a 10 cross is just fine for day trading if you like that. RSI, it's fair. We're going sideways. That makes sense. Stochastic is fair. That makes sense. We're going sideways. Bulls are low. That's good. And bears are high. When it comes to support play, again, it's a pharmaceutical company. A lot can happen with pharmaceuticals. You got to be safe. You got to be secure, these kinds of things. But again, if it has good news or just has good volume, RIGL could be an absolute rocket. Next is SNOA, another pharmaceutical company. I hope you're catching the trend here. A legendarily strong support area. It could get a little bit lower, but anywhere down here, it holds just fine, right? Boop, 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 bouncing down here perfectly now. What we can see, let's just take these tops off. Let's just come right down here. We can see higher lows have been forming beautifully, right? And again, overall, it's downtrending. You're not going to want to have a loose stop loss with this. But again, if you do get towards 530, 540, it does dip down another percent or two. Then you can risk 2 or 3% to make easily 15 or 16. Great odds in your favor. I think this company only has a $12 million market cap. So any kind of real volume does make this thing go absolutely bananas. But it can go both ways. Again, how low can it get? 0. Don't be holding this bad boy. Make sure you have a tight stop loss and a plan. Possibly scaling again just to be safe. When it comes to the indicators, a 10 cross is fine. Again, there's not even much use for EMA lines on this kind of chart, but 10 cross is fine. Again, I'm not going to talk about them. They're not really useful at all on this chart. RSI, it's fair. Stochastic is low. Love that. Bulls are low, where they always are. Bears are high, where they always are. Again, this is more of a shot in the dark veteran kind of play. I would not like to see a greener trader who just started touch this one at all. I trust a veteran. I would not have a beginner even touch this one. But again, if you like volatility, you like massive spikes, this one may be for you. SNOA, I'd watch listed. Next is UPWK. Look at this uptrend. I like to point this out. You may have seen the alert. I was watching and called this when I first started my channel with my newsletters. Said, hey, if it hits 1320 again, I'll call it. And it just missed it right there, like 1330. And I would have held and would have been up about a good 376%. Pain. So that's how it goes. And again, I was talking about it down here. And then here you go. That's how this channel goes. Great uptrend, though. It's absolutely gorgeous. Great support. Probably my favorite play of the day. If it breaks down 3%, you just get out. Earnings overreaction. It just hits this resistance. It's still a 3-to-1. It makes a full move up here. It's almost a 10-to-1. Great sell-off, upwork right into where you want it. Great, great trend. Get rid of this alert because it's hurting my feelings a little bit. Easy play. And again, it may be a support play. It may be a support play at 40.24. If you lose this, look at that. If you buy it at 40 bucks, absolute steal down here. If that's the case, that's the best play in this whole entire chart. Unless this trend line holds, and then again, let that bad boy rip. 10 EMA crossovers work well, so you should probably wait for that just a little bit. I don't want to catch a falling knife. This is still dropping off well. Lower lows, lower highs. Wait for some green, but again, here or 40 bucks, you'll see some hopefully. RSI, it's low. Stochastic is low. No divergences. Bulls low, bears high. It hits every box. UPWK is a fantastic play. It's probably my favorite play of the day. Has everything you want to see. I just love it. I'd definitely go for it. It's awesome. Well, there you guys have it. I appreciate all you guys' time and attention. Awesome stuff. Have a good rest of you guys' week. We'll see you guys next time. I do appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow. I said next week, but see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.